Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this can be a bonus general message. We'll see where this one's going to take us. Normally I like to start these out with some anecdotes, something real that happened. Today I just really want to leave it wide open for whatever the message is. We have a 9 of Pentacles followed by the Page of Wands. 9 of Pentacles is personal abundance, personal peace, personal fulfillment, followed by, I usually look at this as the promise of their becoming a Four of Wands. So the Page of Wands is, it's small energy. It's the very first little step forward. It's a little tiny wobbly, like I'm going to put a little bit of energy out there, but then it can become the full-blown Four of Wands. So it's a first step toward like something that a character is passionate about, interested in. So we have basically a character embarking on something new. Now they're starting from a place of peace and a place of like shelter and comfort, and they're ready to go ahead and do something fantastic. Do something that I think will project them forward into great success, maybe even great love and happiness. But our character begins single. Now, I didn't intend this to be a single storyline yet, although it's Wednesday, so we will do a single storyline tonight, and I'll do that one live. But that's what we've got anyway, is like the starting point of some single energy. We got this 8 of Cups. I feel like this is not going to be about love. I feel like this is about a character embarking maybe on a new career path, maybe on a new endeavor, a new hobby, a new something that could yield an amazing result. But this is something they've never done before. But our character is going to be really good at whatever this is. 4 of Pentacles, yes, they have to be wise with their money right now. Yes, they need to hold on to everything that they've got, plan, kind of like work on their progress and keep it, just like within their own sphere. So that they can refine it and create it and turn it into the thing that they want to turn something into without, having too much other influence in whatever it is that they're doing. This is like a labor of love. This is something near and dear to a character's heart, whatever this endeavor is. I feel like it's going to give our character such huge personal fulfillment. It's going to be a real expression of who they are on the inside, shining outward. We have the Emperor upright as well. Wow, this could land our character in a very successful place in their life. Maybe they're going to become very powerful. Maybe they're going to become someone that is incredibly like, this could be a business that they are able to really turn into something that goes global, or Fortune 500 company. Or this could be that they catch the eye of like some very successful investors, I want to say. Somebody's catching the eye of an emperor, all because they are putting their energy into this plan that they have for their own life, this idea of something that they need to do. This is something they are going to create. It is from their own, headspace. It is from their own mental energy. It is from their own, uh, like endeavors, their own energy flow. But it's going to have amazing consequences in their life, amazing possibility for growth. We have 3 of Pentacles. We have King of Swords. Wow. It feels like everybody is going to want to work with this person. It feels like the things that a character is doing is going to gain them quite a bit of attention, because now we have 3 of Pentacles. We have a second, maybe investor or someone of interest showing up, because everybody's kind of like, hey, we like this thing you did. I feel like this is something that is going to kind of like take everybody by storm. We have a character that is quietly working on what they need to for themselves, quietly putting their energy into something. This is their own unique stamp that they will put on whatever this endeavor is. And the reason it'll be amazing, the reason this product that they're creating, or this idea that they are cultivating, or this business that they are going to tentatively start, the reason it's going to be successful is because they love it, and because it is a unique stamp of how they operate, their mind, their energy. It's really awesome that they are catching attention of others that then want to support them, work with them, offer them things. It feels like somebody could wind up having like the offer of a buyout at some point. Hey, could we, purchase your product and, you know, either purchase it outright or purchase your product and attach, 50% of our energy onto yours. It feels like that's going to be a lot for a character to contemplate. Eight of Pentacles. They're really, with more support, more investors, obviously our character might be able to go a lot further. They could, broaden and expand. They could do other things that wouldn't have been possible without some backing. But the one thing here is like clear, concise negotiations. This could be our character writing to a legal team to say, hey, can somebody review this contract that's being offered to me? Somebody wants to purchase my brainchild. Somebody wants to buy my product. They want to, to invest in my thing. If I were to do this, how do I stipulate the things that I would want out of it? Does this look like a good deal? It almost feels like there's going to be a a collaboration rather with this King of Swords. Kings of Swords can be like, mental clarity. They really put energy into things and define, what is airtight, what kind of legally binding contracts there can be. So this could be like consulting with a, legal team to make sure that everything is written out perfectly. We have a Four of Cups. The biggest thing that I think our character is going to have to question is, will the trade-off be worth it, or will I regret letting somebody else play a role? Now, here's the thing. The reason I think I'm telling the story in this way also is simply because we have the character that is doing all of the legwork, and this is their own idea, and this is uniquely theirs, and this is all about like something that they can claim for themselves. I put my name on it. I did this. This is mine. And somebody else who already has like more influence. An emperor is more substantial than the kings and queens. So if this is somebody who wants to like do business with or absorb or connect to our Queen of Cups idea and their plans, here's the thing, that more influential person could be awesome to connect with, but will our Queen of Cups have any regrets if they do this? Will they feel like they're surrendering any of their personal control, their personal stake and interest, and the freedom, the direction that they have to do anything they want with their own, creative energy flow? If they worry that they're going to regret that, oh gosh, I might miss having my full personal power over my own creative energies, that might be enough of a reason for a character to be like, I don't know that I'm really going to want to do this, despite having, a legal contract written up. Knight of Pentacles and Seven of Cups. You know what? It feels like a character might table this for a little bit. They may say, after thinking a lot about this, I don't want to do something that I'm going to regret. I need more time to consider it. Or they may say, we would need to renegotiate, and the takeover would be slow. I would, say yes to a certain amount of influence. Maybe you can hold a stake in my company for, only 10. And then each year we could review over the next 7 years, and I might give you more of the stake in my company, but it's going to be slow. I think they're going to find either a happy medium of not getting overly involved, because they want to kind of retain their ability to not do something that they can't undo, or they want to retain their ability to not feel like, gosh, did I get absorbed and something got taken from me? I don't want that to happen. So we have a really strong sense of a character who they need to be able to do it their own way. They need to make sure that they're not going to, just because this looks like a great offer, and it could be, and this is an honorable offer, still doesn't mean that a character wants to say yes to it. They may not want to. We have the Eight of Cups and we have a Queen of Pentacles. You know what? Ultimately, it really looks like we have a very ferociously independent and autonomous Queen of Pentacles. Once again, she walks her own path. She would rather have her own, even if it's smaller, because she doesn't play in the big leagues, she might rather still own every piece of her own autonomy. Let's say this was about romance. This would be a character who's very happy alone. They have a ton of personal freedom. They do anything that they want to. They have really discovered that their life is very happy. And even if there is somebody amazing coming in to offer them a long-term commitment, it still feels like either our character is still wondering about another, possibly a king of swords. They're not sure about what to say yes to. They may still be sad or wounded over a missed opportunity with the king of swords, and they just don't know how to say yes even to an emperor, and they end up saying no thank you instead and staying solo. That could be our story as well, that a character, we keep seeing somebody withdraw and going their own way. Let me because I think that's kind of an interesting character, right? There are some great opportunities, great offers there, but our character doesn't seem to want them. Now, that's perfectly okay. Our character does not have to say yes to things. But universe, weigh in on this, because we have a character that keeps reverting back to, I want my own autonomy. But we have the Lover's card. This is a card of choice. I honestly think that what we're describing possibly is a character that remains personally unattached, personally free, personally especially with that Gemini card, the Lover's card, they choose what's right for themselves. They choose the pathway that is correct for them. It's not about what anybody else thinks. It's not about how to connect with somebody else. We have a Six of Swords upright. Very strong energy of like, I always want to be able to move on. I've been in a process of letting go and healing. I always want to choose the partners that I want when I want to choose. I'm not somebody that can't get over things. I almost think, how our character has been this single Queen of Cups and very happy. Then after all of this falderall and, emperors and kings of swords, then once again, we see them walking alone. This time they've become a Queen of Pentacles. I almost think that in this lifetime, we may have a divine feminine who chooses a non-traditional kind of romantic life, where sometimes they are in a commitment and they enjoy it, but they don't necessarily want the long-term relationship. Maybe they want to move onward and they want to still choose another relationship somewhere else with somebody else. They want to be able to love who they love, and they're not really saddened by the fact that they may have a series of different relationships in their lifetime. The reason for this is that they're non-conventional for sure, or their career path is, again, I always want to be able to choose for myself what I love and what I don't. I don't want to get myself locked in to somebody else telling me when I have to jump and how high. Same thing. They're in a process in this lifetime of evolving and changing. That's why we've seen this feminine come out as two different queens. She's changing and evolving, but the one thing that is always true is that she really values her independence and her freedom above everything else. The right to choose when and where she goes, super important. The right to choose who she loves and who she wants to connect to and who she doesn't, super important. And she's maybe constantly working on, progressing in her life. Three of Cups. There will be somebody up ahead that she would genuinely want to connect with and maybe stay in a long-term connection or business partnership with, but she hasn't met it yet. She's not going to stop and say yes just because somebody offers. She's not going to sell her company to somebody just because they want it. Later she might, but it won't be until she's darn good and ready. This is not a character who does things because others want her to. Eight of Swords. Her biggest fear is, I don't want anybody who's going to try to trap me. I can't be trapped. I can't handle it. So I don't know if she came into this world, with a past life memory of, even here, we start out with birds that were free and flying. Maybe she came into this lifetime knowing, I have to stay free. I have to stay unattached. I can't have my freedom taken away from me because that happened to me in a past life. This time around, I am desperate to maintain autonomy, maintain personal choice. I can say yes to things for a period of time, but I always want an exit strategy. She's not a runner, but she is somebody who does not want to be stuck and committed. A commitment for her probably has to, and anybody who chooses to commit to her in any way may have to understand that her level of commitment will always be based upon like, I when I choose to be with you, it's because I choose you, but it won't be because the court system said we have to be. If I do business with you, it won't be because we wrote out a contract that I cannot possibly alter anything. She doesn't like things like that, but will she choose to remain? Yes, as long as it doesn't feel like the gates are closing around her and she's being put in a jail cell. So any person probably who's going to do business with her or be in a relationship with her may have to understand that she'll always be somebody who needs a little bit more like they can't suffocate her. That's what I would say. Six of Sacred Circles in the reverse. She's not lonely when she's alone, and she's not somebody who actually craves another person's companionship. She craves personal freedom more than that. So that's always going to win out in this storyline. This is just the story that we've got. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It's all fiction anyway, but being suppressed or withheld is not going to work for her at all. She would choose completely swinging out there in the wind by herself over having a partnership if that's what it was. If a partnership feels suffocating, that's it. She's out. She's not doing it. She has to have freedom. And I think she will meet somebody down the road and they'll understand this and she'll be able to very comfortably remain committed and in a situation with somebody. But up until this point in her life, this could be somebody who is, like in their, like middle aged and like their second half of life. And they still are operating that way. But I feel like this is a chance to understand this character better, to see why she is the way she is. It doesn't matter if it's a she or a he. It just says we have somebody that is desperate to not be placed in any kind of a cage. That is their greatest fear, is having their autonomy taken from them. So anyway, interesting character. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.